I have another story from Nana Ma-Ginn. It's Moses, the great leader. Here's the pictures. Okay, Moses, the great leader. Moses lay in a basket. His sister stood nearby. When the princess came along, she heard the baby cry. She took him to the palace and raised him as her own. She dressed him in the finest clothes till he was fully grown. One day he saw a bush of fire. A voice came from its glow. God said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. Reminds me of a song, Let My People Go. And here's the next page. Well, the evil Pharaoh finally said he'd set God's people free. But then he sent his soldiers to stop them at the sea. They said, how will you get around across? The river is so wide. But God split the Red Sea apart, and they marched to the other side. God called Moses once again to climb up on a mountain. God gave him the 10 Commandments. Let's see if you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One of the commandments says to honor your dad and mom. This means to do what they ask you to do. How can you honor your mom and dad or dad today? Yay! That's a good thing to do. Whoa, Finn Ma-Ginn, another story and Pooh and I have for you from Nana Ma-Ginn is the story of Ruth. Yes, Ruth, loyal to her family. Naomi sadly lost her sons and prepared to move away. She asked their wives if they would like to go with her or stay. The one named Orpha said to her, I'm staying here, I know. But the other one named Ruth replied, where you go, I will go. Their new life was very hard, but Ruth did not complain. Each day she worked the fields to gather up the grain. Okay, Pooh Bear. One day a man named Boaz said, I'd like for you to stay, drink all the water you might want, and eat with us today. Then Ruth and Boaz fell in love. Their wedding day soon came. Later on they had a son, and Obed was his name. Ruth loved and trusted God, who was with her all the way. And if you love him, he will be with you through every day. Ruth was one of Jesus's ancestors, which means family who lived a long time ago. How many of your family members can you name? Oh, yeah, how many can you name, Finn Ma-Ginn? Okay, now this is a story about Samuel. Yay. Samuel answers God's call. Hannah longed to have a child and knew what she must do. If you'd give me a son, she prayed, I'll give him back to you. God heard Hannah's prayer that day and filled her heart with joy. Before the year was over, God gave her a little boy. Hannah named his child Samuel, and his mother kept her word. And this mother kept her word. She took him to the temple so he could serve the Lord. And there he is. Okay. There's Samuel. One night while Samuel was in bed, he heard his name 3 times. He did not know the voice that called, so out of bed he climbed. But Eli, knowing it was God, told Samuel what to do. The next time, just say, "Lord, it's me. I'm listening to you." God used Samuel as a preacher, and he can use you too. Even though you may be small, he has work for you to do. What are some of the things you can do today to show your love for Jesus? Yeah, what are some of the things you can do to show your love for Jesus?